wants this desperately.
0-0.
So here we go. Fed Staksrud looking to go 5 for 5. Let's play pickleball. Fair start.
Yeah, and just a little shuffle step over to the left and crushes an inside-out forehand to start things off.
1-0.
And then Alshon responds with one of the best returns you will ever see.
No, you literally can't hit it better than that. Unbelievable to go to the corner.
Side out.
Yeah, and I expect to see Alshon mix in some drives and drops on the forehand side, especially. I think his top spin forehand drop has grown leaps and bounds over the last few months.
Yeah, we love it in doubles, and he'll use it a little bit today.
Point.
Yeah, no deception needed on that drop volley as Christian Alshon is in not the most ideal court positioning.
2-0. Point.
And Fed does such a great job. Like, I know he's hit 2 phenomenal inside outs, but he switches his spots at the right time. He might go there 1 or 2 more times, and then right when they start leaning the other way, that's when he pulls it back cross court. Such a smart player.
And that return gets caught in the jet stream a little bit and is pulled wide. And what a start for Fed.
Yeah, and that court, as I mentioned, some video boards and some bleachers. So the jet stream's real. You're not just making that statement. Once it gets a little bit above head high, it really takes off.
Side out.
We got Diane Anderson, Laura Smart, and Jim Price are our referees here.
0-4.
Whoopsie.
Side out.
Christian looking for maximum shape on the serve, and he found too much of it.
4-0.
And man, the ability of these players to make other players look silly is remarkable. And that could be a team.
5-0. Point.
And I don't think Lee has an antidote for an absolutely clobbered serve in the corner.
Yeah, that's got it all. Depth, spin, pace.
6-0.
Just hope he doesn't do it again. Yeah, that is great deception. I thought he was for sure going to push that deep into the court, and with the way Fed moves, I think he did as well.
Yes. 0-6. Point.
Same serve and shape, but caught the baseline. So just ugly 0 is gone.
1-6.
Wow, a lot of the court open, but he wasn't able to get it there.
Yeah, he did have a big chunk, and I think he was looking to get that paddle more inside the ball and push it inside out. Instead, he goes middle, and you know Fed, when he's out of position, will get back in position quickly.
Point.
But I mean, I know he's missed a couple, but you can see the benefit. And there was a big corner pocket return at the beginning of this game. That last one just taking off on Fed Staksrud. So we don't want Christian to go over that threshold and miss too much, but going big on the return is okay.
And much better with finding that open court there. And Alshon, just such a talented player. Another, you know, there's players on the rise. He is one of them. Uh-oh. If you go for the Ernie and don't put it away, guess what? There's no partner over there.
Where's Pablo?
No, Pablo.
Where's Pablo?
Come on, man. Pablo, I don't even know if he's on the bench over there.
3-7.
He got his own rental car for this tournament.
Yes,
he doesn't have to wait around and wait for the ride from Fed.
Sick of you making finals, man.
7-3. Side out.
Alshon chose to stay back. It was a good serve, not a great serve, but made that decision.
Yeah, when you're on the left as a right-hander and you have to run around your backhand to hit a forehand, you're going to have to pick your spots when to come in and when to stay back. It's just not as clear cut.
Tried to sell it.
Yeah.
Side out.
You're not going to sell it on Fed.
No. Yeah. Yeah, what? You missed it.
You missed it, man.
7-3.
What in the world? And that was wide.
Point.
How about where he ran and where he left the paddle as he was running? That was pretty.
Yeah, it was very pretty. And that first ball at probably 70%. He has such variety on that forehand side.
Good night.
Point.
Yeah, there's that forward close, and you can see him really lunge after the ball, uses his lower body. He just attacks the ball. Never waits for it to come to him. He goes and gets it.
9-3. Point.
Chose to stay back after another blistering return into the corner, and
Timeout, receiver. Game point.
guy's just playing
10-3.
really well. He's got a game point here. That just catches the outside.
Yeah, very nice first volley from Christian Alshon, and he's going to need many more in game one.
3-10. Point.
I mean, lateral movement, party of two, but that was amazing. How did he get there so quickly?
Yeah, you can just see with the movement and the lunge
4-10.
steps of Christian Alshon. So good.
Side out.
And you know, Dave, we love to talk about Federico's high floor, but that ceiling is rising too. His shot making on both wings, forehand and backhand, is getting better and better, along with his consistency.
Game
high
point.
floor, high ceiling, that is the
10-4.
happy place.
Sounds like the #1 draft pick. Ooh,
Side out.
so a couple chances to close.
4-10. Side out.
Yeah, I love what I think Federico, a lot of other players would have pulled that cross
Yes,
court. He
for
goes line, makes a nice read. Of course, the ball didn't come over the net from Christian Alshon, but that is veteran cat and mouse play from Federico Staksrud.
Game point. 10-4. Side out.
3 tries, 3 misfires for Staksrud, and a little more aggressive posture here from Mr. Alshon.
4-10.
Yeah,
Side out.
You know, Lee Waters is going to talk X's and O's in certain times, and maybe she just said, hey, your energy is lacking a bit. Let's show Fed that we're into this thing, even though it's a lopsided scoreline in game
Game
one,
point.
and that could have been the conversation.
10-4.
Got a lot of different ways to get it done as a coach.
Side out.
So Fed has had his own 3rd shots betray him here on game points, but again, the comfortable lead you
4-10.
mentioned.
Point.
I mean, dropped it and just came flying forward like his life depended on it.
Beeline forward and a side spin serve from Christian Alshon, mixing in some
5-10.
variety on the first shot of the point.
Game point. Time in. 10-5. Point game.
Hit a serve,
11-5.
find a forehand. You didn't mention just barely kiss it off the tape
Timeout,
to go
change
with
ends.
it, but
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Game
I'm just
two,
unsure of
time in.
where to go, as there is
0-0.
just no weaknesses.
ooh, and that
Side out.
has to be made because that was very, very nice point construction from Christian.
Beautiful forehand drop to the left foot of Federico. He comes flying in for the half Ernie and couldn't come up with it. But, I mean, you have everything you dreamed of right there. And Fed right there, a good enough shot to force Alshon to go with the slice volley. And
he even looked at his paddle face and was like, gosh, I need to get that closed, but it would have been too far behind him. I mean, the nerve of Fed to think he can play from some of these positions, and he can.
Yeah, he really can. He really can.
0-1.
Waiting for some cameramen to get situated there.
0-1.
A little cutter.
Side
and
out.
He got what he wanted out of that, too. So that's 2 times on serve. He's gotten exactly what he wanted. Did not ring the register.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was from the spin or the type of serve, but that's a short return from Fed, and much more needs to be done with it from Alshon. At least put it in play. But that's been, and the court positioning is an issue, hitting a forehand return from that side, like I said, but it's very penetrating from Christian Alshon on the inside-out forehand, so I think he should continue that.
Side out.
Went with the cutter again, but got too much of it, so let's see if he does indeed bang it into the backhand side. He does.
Yeah, and I believe after that miss on the previous serve, he looked at the bench. So maybe that side spin serve is coming from Lee Waters to find something to rattle Federico.
Oh, now we go lob serve. There's no doubt that switch in the consistency of choice is what has been called for.
And it might not work, but at this time, you have to respect him just trying something different with this runaway freight train of Federico Staksrud.
Point.
I mean, it's not even really a drop. It's like he's 100% on drives. He's going 70 or 80%, and that's like at 40%. So he has all the variety in the world at his disposal.
Point.
Another crank serve off the baseline gets an error. 3-zip Fed.
3-0. Side out.
So he is not just, I am running around it every time mentality.
0-3. Side out.
I think it's a smart play. He'll go just far enough to not be completely out of position, and then he will trust his two-hander when he doesn't want to go over that line. That's high IQ play.
Side out.
Alshon chose to stay back, and it worked out okay, but that's probably not a winning formula against this guy.
0-3.
So he's had some looks. He's changing up the serve. There's the cutter again. Very entertaining interaction there. Ends with a big overhead, and he's on the board.
Yeah, Alshon, not a lot of players are going to win that point. And his shot making and athleticism on full display throughout that point.
1-3.
Just wide on the serve.
Side out.
It looked very close in real time, but looks like he has confirmation that that ball was wide.
Looked that way live, but it wasn't miles wide, that's for sure.
3-1. Side out.
Yeah, there's the backhand that volley he wanted to hit a handful of points ago that he was forced into a slice. That time more in his comfort zone, and he rips through with topspin. Too much for Fed to handle.
Side out.
Going one-hander again, and I think the change of pace on the serve is exactly what I just said, a change of pace. And if you go to it as your go-to, someone like Fed's going to get locked in on it.
Side out.
Welcome to the lull in this match.
Yes, the first even slightly negative body language from Federico Staksrud.
1-3.
And I think Alshon might be in his own head
Side
now
out.
with the coaching that he's getting on variety of the serve, because he looked over at the bench again. Wasn't the cleanest
3-1.
shot he just hit.
Side
There's
out.
that backhand roll. Nice job. Ball kind of getting behind Federico Staksrud, and that's a testament to
1-3.
Alshon taking it out of the air
Yeah.
with topspin.
Point.
So that's going to give him the confidence that, hey, the strategy works. Just start executing the thirds,
I
dude.
mean, that's a big rip. Full cross-court clean winner.
2-3.
Nice job, Christian Alshon.
Side out.
Alshon cannot follow it up.
Timeout.
But,
Receiver.
and this is
Server. 3-2.
by the book with Fed. Betrayed him
3-2.
for a few points in a row.
Side out.
I mean, right up the middle and not terribly deep, but that return is crushed from
Yeah.
Christian Alshon stepping forward. He was down 0-5, game 1,
2-3.
3-2 here, so a little difference.
Wow.
Point.
And he's gotten louder, too. And when he plays at his absolute peak, you hear from him.
Yeah, I mean, what a plant with the right foot after that initial shot crashes back forward. Not many players
3-3.
can have that combination.
Wow, and that's Fed's special shot right there, and
Point.
misses the flying Ernie.
Referee timeout. We have, upon review, the call is overturned. The ball was in.
Jim Price, all right. I mean, the Price is
one
right.
timeout,
I mean, that's where
two
we're at here.
timeouts.
Neither one of us are going to
Resume
go.
play
What?
at
That's that close.
3-3.
That's a big call, though, from the timeout strategy-wise
Time
of
in.
Fed here. But
3-3.
he saw it better than anybody, and he was right.
Football.
Yeah, you think?
Point.
I mean, maybe Alshon, because a lot of times the players look down to see if they can complain.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I'm 13 inches into the kitchen here. I can't say much.
4-3.
Bad luck off the tape. Set that off.
Point.
Wow, and look at just one little thing, and now we're back on a Fed stacking points again.
Yeah, it's a great
5-3.
job of taking pace off and rolling with spin.
Point.
And in that previous point, you could see that Alshon, his paddle started at his chest, and it ended up down at his shins
Timeout.
by the time he
Receiver.
made contact.
6-3. Time in. 6-3. Point.
And that goes deep. Another yell from Alshon is you can't. That landed on the PPA logo, so
Yeah.
that's not close.
not particularly.
7-3. Point.
And that landed on the baseline and took off, and this has changed on a dime, Adam.
Yeah, it's just Federico
8-3.
2024. This is almost what you expect now.
Side out.
All right. What does Alshon have? What is the serve of choice
3-8.
here? We've seen a variety. Goes with a cutter. He took
Side
a
out.
step the wrong way there, Adam.
Yeah, and I like the forehand drop from Alshon, but the cross-court volley from Fed, I mean, everything you throw at him, you just end up having to say, at least in my
8-3.
position, too good
Yeah.
from Federico.
And
Point.
the day that gets made consistently, you are out of ideas.
And he's been rolling it cross-court, and this time he drives it up the line. So pairing those two shots together,
9-3.
even someone that moves as well as Alshon can't cover the whole court.
Side out.
Staying positive. Positive self-talk throughout. We've seen him running from the bench a couple
Yeah.
times after
3-9.
a timeout. I like the energy from him.
Side out.
I mean, just complete control.
Slice volley out wide. One-handed roll to the open court. I mean, he just has it all.
9-3.
Didn't
Side
get
out.
that roller cross court on the ground. That's a really nice finish from Alshon.
Three, 9. Point.
And I like that serve decision to stick with just the regular deep serve with topspin and kind of mix back and forth between that variety. I think is definitely the play instead of sticking with side spin only.
And that
Side
time he
out.
tried what looks like a combination of the two, and that one ended up a foot
9,
deep.
4.
Fed's playing fast now.
Side out.
Yeah, just needed a hint more spin. Went with extra pace there on the roll, and ball traveled too
4,
far.
9. Point.
That's a great drop. It's not easy to find the Alshon backhand off of the return.
5, 9.
And that is a rope
Point.
from Alshon after that big aggressive serve in the corner, and that's been setting up forehands for him. So within 3 here.
6, 9. Side out.
And a very nice response from Fed.
Yeah, and when you know Alshon is going to come forward so aggressively, you have to take pace off. You can't just try to beat him and keep him back because he's closing so quickly.
9, 6. Let.
You know he was going to get it
The
in somehow.
tweener king
9-6.
gets the tweener in at the buzzer.
Side out.
And he certainly hopes my use of buzzer is wildly incorrect there.
Yes. Well, yet to be determined,
Yeah.
but you might be on point there, partner.
And that is lovely gratuitous use of the tweener right there, and just taking his sweet time.
You said Fed playing fast just 1 minute ago. It's within the
6-9.
rules. Nice job by Alshon. Break up the momentum.
Wow, and
Side
then,
out.
so you can see him changing its grip on the paddle.
Time in. 9, 6.
That is an
Side
awesome
out.
volley and did not let Fed hit one forehand.
Right. I love the spots on the initial shots in that rally. Didn't go
6-9.
cross court to the Fed forehand until he knew he could put it away.
Terrific shot, and Alshon is
Point.
within 2.
He forced Fed into a grunt as he was stepping to his right, and then
7-9.
Alshon went inside out.
Side out.
Yes, silky smooth from Federico Staksrud.
Used their athleticism against him, and he did that perfectly there. Alshon's on full sprint the wrong way.
I mean, if I'm playing Fed, I'm just waiting there for that ball.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not fast enough to get over there.
he knows his opponent.
Point.
There's the dipper again, mixing the percentages of pace so nicely throughout this match, keeping Alshon just not rattled, but unsure of what's coming.
So here we go, match
Match
point
point.
for Federico Staksrud to make another
10-7.
final. And that will
Point
do
game
it.
match,
Federico
11-7.
Staksrud is 5 for 5 in 2024. He makes another final. Will be playing for gold on Sunday. That dude is absolute fire.
Well, that's right. I've got Fed here with me, and you could sense that Christian was really trying to catch a little bit of fire all throughout that match, but you did not let him at any point. What did you have to double down on?
Yeah, I think Christian was a little bit tired from that quarterfinals. I knew he had a tough match, so I was trying to make him work for every point. So yeah, that just worked out.
We've seen over time the rise of the two-handed backhand. People are really moving away from the one-handed. Why is the two-hander so much more effective, especially in singles?
Yeah, I think in singles it gives you a little bit more just options. So yeah, just having both I think is great. I think Christian actually hits a one-handed, sometimes two-handed, which is I think is an advantage. So yeah, it's just more options.
One of the things that people don't realize is how hard it is to show up week after week and log consistent results, which you have done over most of your career and especially this year. How hard is it, and what are the pillars in your life that help you return week after week?
Yeah, it's good. You know, this week I have my girlfriend, my friends from Argentina are here, so that helps. You know, it gets a little lonely out there, so it's good to have company. And yeah, it's just the motivation, trying to get better, and it's fun. For me, it's fun to be out here, and I try to win because I like it, and yeah, it works.
All right, you're headed to Championship Sunday. Congratulations, Federico. Guys, over to you.